怪我する前に逃げてくれよ。
What's the
決まりだな。
行きます。
後悔すんなよ。これが僕の手だ。The King of Fighters 15!
Welcome to my game review of The King of Fighters 15, which is a fighting game developed by one of my favorite developers, SNK. The game is out now for Microsoft Windows, PlayStation 4 and 5, and the Xbox Series X and S. This is the first game in the KOF series to use the Unreal Engine 4 and the first to use rollback networking, thank God. The King of Fighters 15 is a traditional 2D fighting game that truly feels like it's returning to form and broadening its horizons in a world where its peers have developed in hopes of bringing in new players. The new entry in the KOF series takes that flawed philosophy and throws it to the side, challenging new and old players alike to come and master all of its mechanics. Like previous KOF games, this is a team-based 3v3 fighting game, though it does also feature a 1v1 mode as well. And it separates itself from the competition with a very unique system. Your three characters have different life bars but all share a super meter. When one is knocked out, the next takes over and is granted an extra bar, which can then go up to 5 bars. Upon beating your opposing character, your current character's life bar will refill a small amount. This system, along with the classic KOF movement options like runs, short hops and hyper hops, return for KOF 15. Despite sticking to its guns, KOF feels like a breath of fresh air. It doesn't water anything down to open the doors to players that won't know the difference between every specific mechanic. This makes a very welcome title to long-term lovers of the franchise like me and also newcomers alike. And it's something fighting game players have been begging developers to realize for years now. Of course, that's not to say that this old dog doesn't have any new tricks. KOF 15's combat feels better than ever. After first loading up the game, I went to my favourite character from the series, Joe Higashi, and immediately felt at home. Everything I learned with him in past games still applied here, down to the combos and knockdown options. But then came the new tweaks which made playing even the oldest characters feel even more fun. The usual mechanics such as max mode, which allows EX specials to be performed freely, have been further expanded with 2 different versions. The raw max mode increases the damage and guard bar damage done by activated characters. And quick max can be cancelled into it from a connecting normal attack, making for a good combo tool despite its shorter duration. Along with these mechanics come the classics like rolls, short hops, hyper hops and guard cancels. The newcomer Shatter Strike is a big game changer. For one super meter bar, players can use an armoured blowback attack that crumples grounded opponents and wall bounces aerial ones, making it a great guard cancel and combo tool, especially for newcomers. What you may notice after some time with the game is that a lot of these mechanics have multiple applications. There are tons of unique approaches you can take and it will be necessary if you want to really master the game. Do you want to go for a max damage combo using all your resources? Well, you can. All you do is use a max mode combo that is longer and builds more meter. Or you can keep it simple and cancel a super from a special into a climax super cancel that does more damage but empties your meter. Players also have a good variety of defensive options on top of reversals to keep opponents on their toes, even when they're on the offensive. The new era of fighting games that we're in has basically made it mandatory for any fighting game to come equipped with rollback netcode, which is the best possible way to play when battling other people online. And thank God SNK have taken notice of this and for the first time in the series have finally implemented it and have made it work amazingly well. I had high expectations for the rollback netcode and thankfully I have not been let down. After jumping online and playing a few matches, I couldn't believe how smooth the experience was. It was as if I was playing offline. If games like Guilty Gear Strive set a new standard for online play, then King of Fighters 15 matches it and even rises above it. While my experience with the actual fights in the King of Fighters 15 has been absolutely amazing, I can't say the same for the entire package. The game is severely lacking in single player content, which doesn't give much to the fight fans that are not interested in going online and challenging other fighters around the world. KOF 15 comes with a standard arcade mode called Story Mode, a bare bones tutorial that sadly only teaches you the basic attacks, a standard mission mode with only 5 missions per character, a training, and various online and offline versus modes. Now, while this is all standard for your most fighting games, this really shouldn't be what we're stuck with here. Where's the survival mode, the time attack and a better tutorial, or even just a story mode with more meat on its bones? Even the damn training mode has been stripped down. Yes, the core fighting game experience is facing another player, but as Mortal Kombat games have shown us, fighting games should have way more bang for your buck. Having said that, The King of Fighters 15 is a game that deserves its title. It feels like the perfect evolution in a long-running fighting game franchise, and it isn't afraid of being what its main fans want it to be. Mechanics aren't watered down, and it doesn't backtrack on what makes the series so great. That makes for a perfect entry for all types of players. However, like I said, there is a severe lack of content, a curse that's been plaguing fighting games for a very long time that sadly shows up here, which is a very big shame. Thankfully, thanks to the rollback netcode, the online fighting experience is sublime, making it a great beat 'em up for the hardcore players who simply want to hone their skills and challenge the next player. So, my final score for King of Fighters 15 is a solid 8 out of 10. But it could have got my stamp of approval and maybe even a 9 or a 10 had SNK given us more single player modes and a better story mode. I really hope that SNK add more modes or even new stages in the near future as free DLC, but I doubt it. But at least we are getting more fighters in the coming months, like my favourites Billy Kane and Geese Howard. So that is something for me especially to look forward to. Well guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the review. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, give the video a thumbs up and ring that bell. And I will see you all on the next Joe Cobra video.